seems to know there's something unexplored and unresolved in his friendship with Walter Remington. For the most part, the story of the grizzled old prospector is an epic saga of repression, denial, and forgetting, in which no one has a clue. That does like a topic. How do you want it? Yeah, we're all going into it. Well, maybe you'll end up around your aunt. You'll talk to your own aunt?
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Please try your call again later. Goodbye.
Worried is for good reason. Not so obscure object of Fred's design is a sweet young thing, fresh out of time. The Stare and Morgan of contact want to throw her out of her fortune. To gain her confidence, Fred pretends to be her guardian angel. But she falls in love with what she believes to be her heavenly emissary. This perverse tale, which would have been a perfect project for Louis Burwell, who directed MTV News, there's a lot of mileage in the Abe Lincoln.
Because not a real matter.
They didn't tell me about it.
Hannibal County Police Fire and Rescue, this is Desiree. How can I help you?
I tried the I tried the Google for the non-emergency for Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Is this a okay? Is it a non-emergency with you on this line?
Correct.
And it's only 12. If it needed to get the like a mayor approval, I don't know how bad it is between the police department and the mayor's office. If just making one call, I might be able to give you my social security number. It's kind of an emergency in a way. It's a non-emergency line. I'm hoping maybe it doesn't break up too much, but I've been trying to use Facebook, and I have a Facebook account called Dingus321, and it would.
I'm a little bit confused on what are you wanting us to do exactly?
It's the mandate to report the mayor of the Rio Rancho. Oh, I hope I didn't lose the. Okay. I was trying to make it Wi-Fi and everything like that. My social security number, if I could leave that so that you guys can be able to look up my information. I might be in a threat from my family, and today there was supposed to be some kind of video court hearing, and the District 2 court, I needed to make contact with them because it might be a complaint if they're ignoring any of my rights, if they got waived because I was requesting the 911 help with the reports of little kids. When we were kids, me and my sister were both locked in a trunk in Texas. So when the cops let us out of the trunk, they said call 911. So when we got brought back here to from Texas to New Mexico, our mom later got an apartment to Harris Canyon. When my dad got his first house, it was in Rio Rancho. But I didn't know I was going to therapy with my dad, and he was just getting fueled up to use all the information, and it's called oppositional defiance disorder. So if I asked him if he was going to help me ride my bike when I was a little kid, he never taught me how to ride the bike. So his dad noticed that he was doing that to me. And then for my sister, he was dropping me out of like kickboxing and then putting me at the community center, and my sister was in the basketball and she was in the Brownies, and then I was in the Boy Scouts with my stepdad. And so I was telling my teacher if anything happened to tell my stepdad rather than my dad, because he was just not showing any interest. So I'm in elementary school and I get kidnapped because I'm so stupid that I got groomed off the school grounds after everybody knew about me getting maimed at the community center because I couldn't reach the deadbolt lock, and a bunch of other kids were getting molested at the community center. And my dad might have had me go to that community center at 2 different times.
Hello?
I'm sorry. I get ahead of myself. I've been trying to report these cases since right before lockdown, finding out about them.
And where were you at when this happened?
I was abused as a little kid. Or abused by family right recently. I might need this thing called an emergency protection order because they might be trying way worse against me, because they might be in the police department for one of the cousins, and that was an altar boy with my dad. My dad might have molested me as a little kid.
Can you hear me? Okay, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm asking is where were you at? What city were you in where this happened?
Albuquerque. You guys might have been invented when I was a little kid, Rio Rancho, but we lived in Rio Rancho. And I have one case that you guys had me locked up over evening when my dad attacked me, and then I did a dog pile on top of him so he would slap my hand away again. And then I was helping him up because I was getting work done at his house, and he had been doing all this weird shit. But then the police arrested me, and then they had me get my psychological evaluation, and I had to see a judge out there already.
Okay, where are you at right now?
I'm at my family home, but it turns out that maybe my rights have been written off of any trust that my grandfather had left. And
what city are you in right now?
It's Albuquerque, New Mexico, but these Albuquerque 911 called, they redirected it to the Bernalillo County, and the Bernalillo County has the MCT office, and they had maybe been discriminating her for some weird reason. I've been doing all this work, and my dad had been just tanking everything, and now everything's in a hoarding situation because I wasn't getting any help from my dad, and he's having the car accident where nobody is even asking him if he's been misusing my medication for years. And that was just the perk, I thought, of asking him to help be the caretaker on the medical marijuana, because he had the job as a cab driver. But he told the MCT people, Samantha Groves, that he quit his job to help out with reporting these 3 kids' cases for his niece, his daughter, his 2 daughters, and his son. So that's 4 juvenile cases under the age of statute of limitations. But he was doing all this weird stuff in therapy to never reveal that he knew that I was kidnapped for 30 years. He didn't say anything until 2019, and that's when I called 911 on the second bout or third bout, because I found out about these church cases in 2018. So I called the cops then, but it wasn't getting as bad because I had therapy for like 9 years, family therapy for 9 years. So getting that request, that release of information to give that to authorities to look up the stuff. There was supposed to be this detective. He showed up, and I was asking him if he got into contact with my mom for my sister's sake. And my dad said last week he went up to Las Vegas, and she's on death's doorstep.
Okay, sir. Sir, can you hear me?
Monique's.
Okay, are you wanting to speak to an officer? Are you wanting to make a report? You said that one of these incidents happened in Rio Rancho. Which one was it?
My dad attacking me in 2015, but I was an adult by then. I had been attending like film class with him, and nobody knew that he was my dad. And then I got accused of stealing from the film set when I found out that the underage kid wasn't getting paid, when he was an actor that was agreed to getting paid. And here in New Mexico, we have a word of mouth like contract. So once you give somebody your word, it's like a handshake. So they didn't need to actually have a contract to pay that actor as a little kid. So that was like fraud or a federal charge because it was an underage kid. So it needed to be the prosecutor's office, Department of Justice, or the Department of, well, I guess it's a federal, and then there's a state, and then they both are called Departments of Justices, but that they do two different things. Well, absolutely. Yeah, I need this emergency protection order, and I was trying to call your mayor to try to get an approval that I would be calling your guys' department, because you're still close enough that you have like Albuquerque Police Department and Albuquerque Public Schools Police Department, but you're next door to the Rio Rancho, you're Rio Rancho, you're next door to the Bernalillo County, and if I'm getting discriminated from the Rape Crisis Center of Central New Mexico already for the last 5 years or something because of the lockdown, I wasn't recognizing it because I've gotten head damages and my dad slapping my hand away and everything like that. I should have been able to maybe try to call you guys first, but it was a non-emergency line. My name? Is that what you were saying? I'm sorry, it's Ivan. IVANGARCIA. I have a social security number if you want that.
Okay, what's your date of birth?
May 24, so that's in 2 days. And that's my cousin Elizabeth Espinosa. She used to be married to a cop, so she's calling in all these favors because apparently she got her name on a will made by my grandma. And then I have my grandma on video somewhere. Please. Yes.
What's your date of birth?
I just said May
24. What year were you born?
Oh, 81. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's a couple of days, so please help me.
And what is a good callback number for you?
I hope this rings. I tried to charge it. It might be halfway dead. It's a smartphone. It's a 505-610-1609. Can I give you my email too? Because I've been trying to reach out on email to other people, but nobody really responds. I just found a bunch of these kid cases, and my sister is really bad with it because she used to abuse other kids maybe, or other kids were abusing her and she needed to protect herself with a knife. So at Albuquerque Public Schools, there was a report made by our principal requesting a knife, and they took my Boy Scout knife. I need to double check that when I disappeared in my senior year, if I got into any trouble or anything worse. My teacher took us on a senior trip, but I didn't know about my head damage. So even finding out about it and talking to our family therapist fired me like 4 or 5 times. The last time was in the winter of 2018. His name is Marty Rasmussen. And I had 3 other therapists after 2019 when I was getting evicted from my family home. My grandfather would have defended anything about these cases because he was the one that found me.
Okay, Ivan. I have a call up on the board. I'm going to go ahead and have an officer give you a call back so you could speak with them, okay?
I appreciate you guys, and I'm sorry for trying to ask, but if it's outside of your jurisdiction, can you ask a supervisor give the approval? Because I'm trying as hard as I can, but I might be getting steamrolled or something because they won't even talk to me at District 2 court. So I'm going to try to call the District 2 court. But I need a restraint order or emergency protection order. Okay. I'm sorry, what were you trying to say?
Rio Rancho is our jurisdiction. I have a call up on the board. If you could just keep your phone on you for the officer to give you a call back.
Right, but a supervisor might be allowed to actually get the mayor to actually give some extra approval if there's a kid's case that the local sheriff's office might be ignoring the rights under the mandate to report. So please, please, please help. It's my birthday in 2 days, and they might be ruining all of my credit that I went to rehab. I got the people that were chaperones, and nobody wants to help get them to give me some backup, because I did all the work. And nobody wants to give me any kind of a word of support and help my family not turn their backs on me. It was our church, our priest, and I need help by the police. Please help. Call the mayor, and I already emailed him on the Facebook, and I posted on the Facebook and the Instagram. So I'm posting everything as far as I can. And if anybody gets to it and I don't get any help, I'm not gonna ask anymore. But it's gonna be nice if you guys can help, because it's little kid cases. And I need help by the Rio Rancho Police Department, because you guys put me in jail for a whole night. You put me in jail because my dad would be abusing me and I didn't realize it yet. Please help.
Okay, I have a call up on the board. Just wait for an officer to give you a call back, okay?
If they don't get the answer, can they go Ivan Garcia NM at yahoo.com and then ask the mayor if it's approved, if you guys will help report kids' cases, because it's a short form report, and maybe just driving all the way out here, you have a chief of overtime that I can pay you out of the Social Security. Please help. Please help.
Okay.
If you have the FBI liaison too, please, please.
Can you hear me?
Please, they're federal cases.
Ivan,
The FBI
can you
liaison.
hear me?
Yes, I'm still trying to say FBI liaison. If you don't even know what that is, that's somebody that might help with these federal cases for little kids getting molested at public schools, at the community centers. You have community centers there. They're part of the same company that's run by the government. Please help. My sister is dying somewhere in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Please help. You guys could contact them. Please help. My mom won't help. My mom won't help. My dad won't help. My family on my dad's side won't help. Are these calls please recorded? Are these calls recorded, please?
Ivan, I do have a call up on
Do
the board.
you record
I'm gonna
these
go ahead and
calls,
let you-
please? Would you answer? Would you please answer if you record these calls?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Please, please, please help.
City of Rio Rancho offices and facilities will be closed, with the exception of outdoor public pools, on Monday, May 26th, in observance of Memorial Day.
Thank you for calling the City of Rio Rancho. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. City Hall offices are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information about the city, please visit our website at www.rrnm.gov. If you're calling to report an issue, such as a pothole, an illegally parked car in the roadway, a water leak, a street light out, weeds, or any other non-emergency related request, then please use our Report Rio Rancho application located on our website at www.rrnm.gov/report. To pay your water utility bill or questions about your account, please press 1. For job opportunities at the city or for human resources, please press 2. To pay a ticket, probation questions, or for the municipal court, please press 3. To register for a community special event or activity, for animal resources, for Convention and Visitors Bureau, or for the Parks, Recreation, and Community Services Department, please press 4. To get a building permit, drainage... Please hold while I try to connect you. City of Rio Rancho Parks and Recreation, how can I help you?
Thank you. I'm sorry, I was just going through that automated type of thingy, and it's just a Google search for the City of Rio Rancho, New Mexico, and it's the mayor, and then the official site of blah blah blah, Rio Rancho. I didn't mean it, no disrespect. It says the contact information, the civic circle, and then it does the 891-5000. I'm really sorry if it's not your guys' department, but I'm just a civilian that used to be at my dad's house, but I moved to my grandparents' house. I only lived there for a few years, and then I was going back and forth to try to clean up the stuff at my dad's house. I should have never moved in there, but my dad convinced me to. I have a younger sister and an older sister. They both might turn out to never report their cases for underage abuse. I might have found out that I had been abused at a late part of my life, and I'm trying to beg the mayor of Rio Rancho if I can't get in contact to the 5 different people in my area, because they run a council, and then the mayor of Albuquerque, he's got about 75% more of the juvenile cases for me and my sister, because it's the main Albuquerque with those public schools. But it was so complicated. I worked so hard. The COVID happened, and I can't beg anymore. I'm exhausted, and the District 2 court, my dad gave me some paperwork last night about 6 o'clock, so I was up all night, and I thought last thing he said, he was going to come over and show me this hearing. So I've had these things going on not knowing about him, because he hasn't been keeping me up to date on anything. And now he's telling me that he's yelling at me to leave, when all I've been trying to do for my entire life is build some kind of bonding, when my mom has always been against it because they've been divorced since longer than I knew. But I found out from my sister when I was like 3, she said my mom never wanted me. My dad made her have me and stuff like that. And it was that whole thing about abortions, and you can't have abortions in Catholic families and stuff like that. But my sister started getting abused by the priest, because they used to leave us with the priest after the service every Sunday. They would go off to brunch, and we'd have to wait, me and my sister, in the church. She would go off with the priest, and I'd hang out with all the pews. But that wasn't the only church. It was my mom, her parents had another church on the other side of town. I didn't know anything until 2021 when my mom started coming by. Maybe right before vaccine shots came out. We were risking the hug. You weren't allowed to give anybody hugs. And then my dad had my grandma, and he took her to the casino without a wheelchair after a whole year of no exercise, when he was keeping her cooped up worse than my grandpa. And my grandpa, he was ignoring all of the different, like, I went to OSHA with my dad for film class, and my mom went to it the next term, so they're both aware of these extra services to watch out for people's health. And Red Cross I did for the health club, so I was coming at therapy saying there are all these things to help my grandpa out from getting hit by lightning, and I got manipulated to do a stupid dishwashing job down the street, which was so dumb, when I could have been getting my post-traumatic stress disorder work with this lawyer for the Social Security. But then at the Rape Crisis Center, they started the Social Security, but they didn't do it as the disability with my head damages, and then getting kidnapped and raped. At the community, the community center was a maiming, because they abused me so bad it hurt my. There are other victims at the community center that were younger than me at that victimization. They might have kept going to the community center for years after that. So they might still have been records that the community center had, from my sister breaking her arm to how many kids had some kind of liability insurance for going on those field trips or something like that, because they had to get my dad to come get her when she broke her arm on the field trip to the roller rink. My sister broke her neck on the brand new slide in 4th grade, so the principal did good on that, and he reported it. But my first grade incident with me getting the dodgeball thrown at my head, that was into Harris Canyon. They only have a population of 500 people, so their mayor has a lot more free time. So the effort to try to get in contact with Rio Rancho to Harris, Albuquerque, and Bernalillo County, it's the school district that should be providing some kind of community outreach when these cases find that they needed to get to those records before any of them got destroyed. And that was when they were forcing me to comply. They were going to kick me out of the district, all of the schools throughout Albuquerque Public Schools, because I needed to get tested for ADD. But they never came forward with telling on my dad knowing about me getting kidnapped in 3rd grade because I was so stupid and gullible. Around my birthday, a kid said everything all year round to get me to go to his house, and when I did, I lost track of any time from after school till the sun is setting, and my grandfather finding me wandering down the street. So my grandmother still knew the entire incident, my dad knew the entire incident, but neither of them told my newly married mom. She was married to a guy that owned stores in all 3 malls, but they didn't have Cottonwood a long time ago, so it used to just be Winrock and Coronado and a store in Dallas. The whole reason that we used to go back and forth between Albuquerque and Dallas was because he owned 3 different stores. Are you okay?
County Police Fire and Rescue, this is Desiree. How can I help you?
I think I got transferred when I was trying to explain everything too much. Can I leave my contact information for the mayor?
Is this Ivan?
Oh yeah, were you on the phone with me just now? I got transferred, I think. I was kind of...
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I do have a call up on the board, and we're going to get an officer to call you back.
Well, okay, I called a different line, and it was City of Rio Rancho. So I was trying to explain everything to somebody else, and they just kind of, it went to dun 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 dun, and then you picked up really quick. You were really nice. I haven't slept at all, so I've lost all of my energy. Did I leave an email? Because I think I'm going to pass out. But my family might be trying to harm my case, and my older sister's case is really bad if she's going to die. Her name is Monique Garcia, and apparently she's in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Las Vegas, New Mexico has some kind of mental health facility. Her mental case is way worse. She's not able to articulate. I'm at least really practiced because I used to do customer service, and I went into film with my dad and my mom, and then I went into the therapy because I got kidnapped and robbed at GameStop at Coors and Pastel del Norte, and then I was living with my dad in Rio Rancho. If this was still Rio Rancho, I do appreciate that you're able to take a little bit of the detail of a lot of effort. I used to be a really good worker. I got kidnapped and robbed twice, and I don't know what the jurisdiction was for the officers that helped with that, but I had a incident with my boss at a plumbing company, and I had to go to the Rio Rancho office, and they allowed me to fill out a paper form of a report, and that was really nice that the officers allowed to do something like that. I kind of wish that there was an ability to go up there to try to, get these reports done up there and then just bring them down here and turn in the form. But then the form, I couldn't even request the forms. I'm so sorry. I'll wait for the call. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I do have a call up for a Rio Rancho officer to give you a call.
I'll stop.
Everything else that you're telling me that happened in Albuquerque would have to